What's going on YouTube? It's Texans Take over here, back with another video. And in the 2026 NFL Draft, everyone was hyping up the edge rushers and the offensive tackles, and the Houston Texans decided to take an interior offensive lineman in Keelan Rutledge in the first round, and then in the second round, they chose to make a pick that kind of blew people's minds, and that was Marlin Klein out of Michigan. He was selected with the 59th overall pick out of Michigan. And when you take your first look at him, the stats look modest, but you dig deeper into the film, the traits, and how he fits within D'Amico Ryan's physical and winning culture, you'll see exactly why the Houston Texans selected Marlin Klein. Today we'll be breaking down his journey, his college productions, why I think scouts missed the boat, and how he'll contribute right away and long term for the Houston Texans, and why this pick has massive upside. So let's dive in. First, let's speak about who Marlin Klein actually is. He was born on September 17th, 2002 in Cologne, Germany. Klein grew up playing soccer and basketball before discovering American football with the junior team of the Cologne Crocodiles. With help from Gridiron Imports Foundation, he moved to the United States as a teenager and attended Rabun Napuchi School in Georgia. He was a 3-star recruit who committed to Michigan, one of the most prestigious programs in college football. At 6'6", 250 pounds with 32 3/8-inch arms and a 6'8" and 1/8 wingspan, Klein has ideal tight end measurables. At the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.61 in the 40-yard dash, posted a 36-inch vertical, and a 9'9" broad jump, which is, to say the least, impressive athleticism for his size. This isn't your typical American kid who's been playing football since age 8. Klein is still relatively new to the sport, which explains a lot about his limited college production, but also why his ceiling is so high. Klein's college career at Michigan tells the story of a developmental player who is often behind more established tight ends. I will read to you the numbers from his Michigan career now. In 2022, he was a freshman and he redshirted that year. 2 games played with 0 receptions. In 2023, he played in 10 games, only 1 reception for 8 yards, but he was part of Michigan's college football playoff national championship winning team. In 2024, he had 6 starts playing in 13 games with 13 receptions for 108 yards. In 2025, his senior year, what you could call his breakout year, in 11 games he had 24 receptions for 248 yards and 1 touchdown, including a career high of 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown in his season opening performance. His collegiate career totals: 36 games played, 38 receptions, 364 yards, and 1 touchdown. It's safe to say those receiving numbers are modest, and that's exactly why many analysts slept on him. He only had 12 career starts because Michigan had other tight ends like Colston Loveland ahead of him on the depth chart. But here's what the box score misses. Klein was primarily used as a blocker. Michigan's run game benefited tremendously from his physical presence, and he was praised as one of the better blocking tight ends in the entire 2026 NFL draft class. And that's where the underrated label comes from. Pre-draft scouting reports highlighted Klein's elite blocking traits, describing things like excellent inline blocker who generates push and movement at the point of attack, strong on the move and in combo blocks, surprisingly good in pass protection for a rookie, and soft hands and good focus as a receiver. His weaknesses: his route running polish, his limited start/experience, and modest yards after the catch. He's more of a big target than a yak monster. Some analysts projected him as a day 3 pick, or even undrafted because of the slow production. But the Houston Texans clearly saw something different. They saw a 6'6" athletic freak with championship pedigree, long arms, and the physical tools to become a complete tight end. Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans have a history of trusting their evaluations over public perception, and this looks like another example. Klein himself said that Houston was his top choice from the start. He had his first formal meeting with the Texans at the NFL Combine and felt the fit right immediately. But how does Marlin Klein help the Texans right now? If you look at the current tight end room, veteran Dalton Schultz, who he re-signed to a 1-year extension, is the clear starter and leader. Klein slots in perfectly as that developmental backup behind Schultz alongside Foster Moreau and others like Brevin Jordan or Cade Stover. But what should we expect from him from his first year? I think he'll be used as a run blocking specialist, helping create lanes for David Montgomery or other Texans running backs in 12 personnel packages, as D'Amico Ryans loves physical downhill football and Klein brings exactly that. He'll help in pass protection because he's solid enough to chip or stay in on obvious passing downs. He'll be that big-bodied receiving threat over the middle of the field with that 6'6" frame, which provides a huge catch radius for CJ Stroud. Think seam routes, red zone fades, and back shoulder throws where his length will win. He won't be a 70 catch guy in year one, but he can be a situational mismatch option. And then obviously depth in special teams with early reps on special teams while he continues to learn the playbook. The Texans were in a position where they didn't need to draft an immediate star, and the Texans didn't draft him to be an immediate star. They drafted him because he fits their vision of building through the trenches and developing high upside players. Long term, Klein is someone who has legitimate tight end 2 to tight end 1 upside. Modern NFL tight ends who can block at a high level and stretch the seam are incredibly valuable. Klein's combination of speed, size for his frame, and willingness as a blocker gives him a chance to become exactly that. As he adds polish to his route running and gains experience against NFL speed, expect his receiving production to climb. The fact he had his best statistical year as a senior shows he's still ascending. Texans fans should be excited about the developmental arc. This isn't a finished product, it's a high floor, high ceiling player who is taken right where the value was. In a draft where some teams reach flashier names, Houston got a blue collar winner with championship DNA. So no, Marlin Klein wasn't the sexiest pick in the 2026 NFL draft. He didn't have the insane college stats or the viral highlights. That's precisely why he was underrated. The Texans saw the traits that matter most for a tight end in today's NFL: size, blocking ability, athleticism, and character. They got a player who can contribute immediately on special teams and in the run game while developing into a legitimate offensive option. This is the kind of pick that wins divisions and playoff games years down the road, and potentially this year. So keep an eye on Marlin Klein in Houston. He might just be one of the best value picks in the 2026 draft class as a whole. What do you think, Texans fans? Skill or reach? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you did enjoy this breakdown, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more of my content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. It's Texans Takeover, and I'm out. Thanks again for watching, and let me know what you think about Marlin Klein again. Do you think it was a fair value? Do you think it was a reach? Do you think we could have got him earlier and you've been fine with it? Let me know down in the comment section below, and as always, it's Texans Takeover, and I'm out. Thanks again for watching, and peace.